What no one tells you about dating black women. I recently watched a video from a creator who posted a video titled, What No One Tells You About Dating Black Women. And in his video, he broke down the flaws some black women have. He talked about the environment they grew up in.
Her family struggled to meet basic needs like food, clothing, and shelter. Her experience with material hardship when it comes to food, insecurity, inadequate housing, and minimal access to essential resources has programmed her mindset to make it her goal as a grown adult to frame her lifestyle to where she can eat as much as she wants, shop clothing, and buy a big house without the fear of obesity, living paycheck to paycheck, or foreclosures, which predisposes her to be the #1 consumer of fast food and junk food, ranging from Flamin' Hot Cheetos to McDonald's chicken nuggets. Also #1 in having the highest rates of home foreclosure.
And after listening to the full video, first I thought, man, I know some black brothers just like the black woman he described. No Derek Jackson. My second thought was, where is the empathy for black women? Ladies, where is the empathy for black men? Y'all get on the internet and disappoint me every time. Honestly, I didn't learn anything from his video, so I'm remaking it. And in this video, I promise you, you'll learn how to actually date black women. That's a bold claim, I know, but this video will give you an alternative to the way you've been handling relationships with black women. This video will help you understand black women, because I've heard the complaints from black men and women. Women are masculine. Women don't want to submit to their husband. The ladies will say, men don't want to make women their wives. And I'm not going to get holy on you, but the Bible says, submit to your husband.
Not boyfriends. But then it says, husbands, love your wife like Christ loved the church. What did Christ do for the church? So God says to the man, die! And he says to the woman, submit. So here's the thing for the fellas. Are you a man worth submitting to? Ladies, are you a woman worth dying for?
Oh, come on.
I'll drop it right there. I'm done.
So before you speak on the black woman, ladies, before you speak on the black man, ask yourself, honestly, are you somebody worthy of what you're asking for? Something to think about, because today I'm gonna teach you what no one tells you about dating black women, and we're starting right now.
Rim low on my fitted, dreams has always been vivid. I'm just trying to go get it, catch me right around and I'm ignorant, I'm just rolling.
Before I tell you about dating black women, you're probably wondering, what makes me one of the most qualified people to talk about this on the internet? Well, I've had success in multiple areas of my life. For starters, I'm in the top 5% of earners in the United States, but I've never used my money to date women. And when I was younger, single, and a whole lot broker, I never had a problem dating women of all races.
I beg your pardon?
My numbers speak for themselves.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
But I choose black women. They've always been my preference, but I got around when I was younger.
I'm a slut. What's up? Get me lit.
And I started this channel trying to teach men how to date women. And my wife hated it. And I didn't care. But since I've started this channel, I gotta admit, she was right.
Huh?
She was right.
Huh?
Don't push me, y'all. I said she was right. It was immature of me, a married man for over 10 plus years now, to get on the internet trying to teach men how to get But honestly, before I got married, that was all I knew. Once I got over my fear of women rejecting me, sleeping with women, for me, was just a numbers game. Listen, I live in New York, so on any given week, I could talk to 20 girls, get 10 numbers, take 5 on a date, and...
You guys are gonna f***, aren't you?
Listen.
I mean, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
So that part of dating was always the easy part for me. And I know that's not true for most men, but that's my story. In my opinion, the relationship part is the harder part of dating, because you're dealing with feelings, building with someone, growing and maturing, and 10 plus years later, by no means am I still an expert. But these tips I'm about to tell you are tips that I've learned from experience, tips that I've read, I've tested and learned from being married to a black woman for over 10 plus years. I've also shared this information with other black men, and they've come back and thanked me and personally told me that it worked. So let's get started. The first thing no one will tell you about dating black women is how to deal with them being emotional. Black women are emotional. Most women of all races are emotional. But when black women get emotional, I have in the past, I've called it masculine energy, and I was wrong. It's just women being women. And unless you want to date a man, I don't care what race you date, how good of shape you get in, how rich you get. If you want to date women, most of them are going to be more emotional than you. Unless you're a bitch. I smell pussy! What? Because some of them are bitches. You may hope that one day the black woman you choose will be less emotional. And I'm here to tell you, you're better off playing the lotto. So the next time you try to fix her with your logic, mansplaining, just know, you never meet emotions with logic. You meet emotions with love. If she's cranky or she has an attitude about something, half the time you can fix that with a hug. And fellas, not in a sexual way. Trust me, I've tried, and I swear, this dick fixes everything.
Dick is a gift. It's a gift.
Pause.
No diddy, you know?
So hug her in a non-sexual, I care about you kind of way, and that emotional wall will fade away. The next thing you need to know about dating black women is they like strong men. Most people think that means they like Pookies and Ray Rays, but what it really means is they like a man who knows how to stand on business, one who never changes his mind just to please her, one that's confident in his masculinity, so he will always listen to her suggestions because in certain situations, she may be right, and when she is right, he makes the right decision to change his mind because her decision makes more sense. But if her decision doesn't make more sense than his decision, he doesn't compromise his manhood to please her. Black women don't like pushovers, and oftentimes the bad boys tend to not be pushovers. So you don't have to be a Pookie or a Ray Ray. I'm not a Pookie or a Ray Ray. But don't be scared to let your nuts hang. Grow up here and stop being a pussy. As a man, you need to trust the wisdom that you have to lead. And if you are wrong, be open to being wrong and growing from the situation because black women are looking for a leader, a husband, someone she can submit to. And due to a lot of black women having to take charge in the households in their past, most of them have never lived with a strong man. And most black men don't know what it means to be a strong man because we both grew up in the same environment that the other creator made it seem like only influenced our women. This change takes time. We're all learning as we grow. And sometimes I think we forget that this system wasn't built for us. And I'm not gonna give you a history lesson, but learning takes time. The next thing you need to know about dating black women, which once again, women of all races do, is they like to test their men. Some might call it a shit test. And this test may come in the form of complaining, challenging you, changing her mind, doubting you, distracting you. Listen, fellas, women will always test their man. And it's because she wants to feel like she's not dating. So don't be a bitch. She may get emotional. And like I said, your response should not be to get emotional as well. It should be to love her, to do something to make her laugh. You're not gonna win trying to be logical. And the same way you handle her test is great practice for how you handle life's tests. So treat it like a challenge. The next thing you need to know about dating black women is weak black women tend to settle for weak black men. Strong black women tend to end up with strong black men. And I know that's not what the internet says, but based on my anecdotal experience from the upscale black networking events I've been to, looking at all of the men and women I went to college with who are married to each other, most of these people are highly educated, highly opinionated men and women. So it never ends. I've dated women who weren't as smart. I've had women who never challenged the thing that I said. And I kid you not, I got bored as hell. And now I'm with a woman that can go from having meaningless conversations about 50 Cent's show Power to us having meaningful conversations about the best way to achieve our goals. And in those conversations and in life, she's gonna test you. And you finding a different woman won't get you out of it. Therapy won't get you out of it. Getting rich or f***ing her to sleep won't get you out of it. That black woman is going to test you because she wants to feel loved. And because men aren't as emotional, the way to get an emotional reaction out of us is for her to test you, which might anger you, but that's an emotion. Or you can do what I said and choose love. Because her getting emotional is the only time she has your undivided attention, and when you fail the test, you have no choice but to show her that you love her when you're making up with her. And side note, the woman who loves the hardest tends to test you the most. So choose your lady wisely, because life is like a chessboard. The two most important pieces on that board is obviously you, the king, and your queen. The next thing you need to know about dating black women is they're not liars. No Derek Jackson, I swear. I'm not pandering. Hear me out. Keeping your words is a masculine trait. And by now, you know masculine traits are found in both men and women. When dealing with women, words and facts take a second place to their emotions. So when she tested you and you failed the test and she said, I hate you, she doesn't really mean it. When you guys were supposed to go out, but then you got into an argument and now she's saying she's not hungry anymore, she doesn't really mean that. Masculinity says what they mean. Femininity says what they feel at the time. So when a woman says she loves you, but later on her actions say another thing, it's because she did love you when she said it. But now the moment is over and her feelings has changed. The next thing you need to know about dating black women is they need praise. Once again, no Derek Jackson, but masculinity grows from challenges. Femininity grows from praise. So if you look at motivational speeches for men, our motivation is get off your ass and get back to work. You've made
no progress. None. You never moved.
Get back to fucking work. It's time to get back to work.
Who's gonna move the boats and the logs?
I deserve nothing. Nobody is coming to save me.
I am loved.
Nobody loves me. I don't even like myself.
Woman's motivation is, you're pretty. You're so beautiful. If no one has told you today, you are enough. And as weird as that sounds to men, praise is the way to grow her femininity. Only the masculine side of your woman will grow through challenging her. So telling her, I love the shape of your body will make her more likely to go to the gym versus you telling her, I hope you don't gain any more weight. This is something that I struggle with. Most men struggle with this, but you must learn to praise the qualities that aren't praiseworthy yet. So if she can't cook, praise her on her microwave skills.
That's terrible.
Women need to be praised more than we praise them, and I'm speaking from experience. The next thing you need to know about dating black women is, when she gets emotional, you might want to calm her down, discuss it, or leave and come back later. But when she's being emotional, the right way to deal with it is love. I know, I hate to keep saying this, but it's love. Not only did it work in my marriage, not only did I read this in the Superior Man book, but once again, I've suggested this to multiple black men and it works. When she's in her feelings about something that you think is small, go hug her, kiss her, tell her you love her. Most men are afraid or disgusted by feminine emotions. That's why we try to fix it or run from it. But it does something for a woman when a man stands unreactive to a woman's emotional storm. And as long as you're not in a toxic relationship, this should work. I'm definitely not saying stay with a toxic woman. And you know the difference between a woman who's emotional and a woman that's toxic. Me personally, if it starts to get too emotional, I'm leaving. And I say that to say this takes training, maturity, and growth. I'm still working on this myself. So when you don't get it right the first time, Try it again the next time. We're not perfect. Relationships aren't perfect. So keep improving at chores. The next thing you need to know about dating black women is oftentimes what you see as her nagging, she sees as you not being a man of your word. You said you were gonna clean out the garage 3 weeks ago. And here you are watching the game, trying to relax. And she just went to put something in the garage, and now all she can think of is, how do I trust a man who can't keep his word when it comes to something as simple as cleaning out the garage? At this point, it isn't even about the garage. It's about you. How is she supposed to follow you when you can't even keep your word? When she's complaining about you always being on the game or watching TV, she's really complaining about how you told her you were gonna start taking YouTube seriously. You said people were on YouTube making life-changing money, and then you went and sat on your ass. So her complaining isn't about the game or you watching TV. Her complaining is really about your life decisions. You not being persistent with your goals. You being inconsistent. And can you blame her? Because if she can't trust you to be consistent, she will have to learn to be consistent for the both of you. She will have to develop those masculine traits you lack so that she can be masculine for the both of you. You see, women have their own unconscious bad habits that they need to outgrow. But sometimes they are a reflection of your bad habits. And speaking of bad habits, I'm always on my phone. I never put down my laptop. And those are my bad habits. I don't play video games, I don't watch TV, but I'm always taking care of something for work, for business, for YouTube. So the next thing you need to know about dating black women is they need attention. And they would rather have your undivided attention. Trust me, an hour of undivided attention is better than me spending a whole day with her but never getting off my phone. A few years ago, I watched a preacher online say, if you want to increase your sex life, I know, a preacher said this, but listen to me. Show your wife undivided attention. And don't get me wrong, I'm well taken care of at home, but who doesn't like more sex?
Sex? Hell yeah.
And I tell you one thing, we have our fun, but that weekend I gave her undivided attention with no phones, no laptops. We couldn't stop touching each other. And unfortunately, undivided attention doesn't pay the bills, so I couldn't keep up with that forever. But if you're dating a black woman and you don't feel like your needs are being met, give that a try. The next thing you need to know about dating black women is, my personal experience, oftentimes they don't ask for much. She knows how much you make, and if you don't make a lot, she's still with you for you. And I don't care what the internet says, it's the thought that counts. So take her on a Groupon date. Go for a nice walk in the park. Take her on a Starbucks date. Buy her some Walmart flowers. Show her you appreciate her. It goes a long way. So these are some of the things you need to know about dating black women. Oftentimes you hear on the internet all of the negative things black men and women do. And I always have to remind my brothers and sisters that you only have to get dating right one time. You have standards. We all have standards. So find the black woman that exceeds your standards. I'm not gonna lie, some of y'all are too high and y'all might need to lower them, but that's another video. Find you a black woman that loves you for you. And they come in all shapes, shades, sizes, and personalities. And when you do find that black woman that you start to like, hell, you start to love, come back and rewatch this video so it can help you understand how to properly date a black woman. And if you're having a problem finding successful black people, check out my top 9 places to meet single black professionals. I'm out.